Hey, there you are. I gotta reach behind you. Welcome back. I know it's been a minute. We've been tied up with some family business. No, we have been tied up with some family happenings. We lost a dear loved one, dear loved one, and so we've just been spending time with family, processing grief. You know, all that comes with death and that part of life. But we have also been very, very busy in the in-between and in the moments that we could be. And so we have some updates to share today. And Dolly has some news to share. Dolly is pregnant. We're super excited about that. She's eating like a horse right now. She's eating faster than she normally eats. So I'm gonna have to hurry up so I can get done before she gets done. All right, kitty. I don't know if you can hear this kitty down here screaming for her milk. All right, here you go. Here you go. All right. Stay out of the way now. Bless her. She's leaking from the quarters that aren't being milked right now. She's ready to milk. So Dolly, we had artificially inseminated across to a bull called an Angus bull named Ripper. So if you're familiar with cows, you can look him up on, I think he's on Select Sire's website, something Ripper. Ripper is a bull who throws lower birth weight babies like most Angus do, so that's good. And their babies, he carries the genetics that his babies grow really fast. So the pictures I've seen, a lot of his little heifers and steered bulls are ready to process to go to butcher in 6 to 8 months. So that's crazy. We're not used to that. Ours normally take at least 2 years. Now, we are crossing him to my dairy cow. So her calf is only going to have half of those genetics and half of her genetics, obviously. But the cool thing is Dolly she's a big girl. She's very big boned. So we're hoping this calf, you know, gets the big bones from her and the big muscles from its daddy. And we're able to raise some good beef with a fast turnover there. Now Dolly, because she's so big, she could have handled anything. I'm not concerned about her having a baby that's too big. And then again, just like people, calves can take on more of the genetics from the mama or the daddy, so the dam or the sire. And we're hoping for more of those Angus genetics out of this baby. So we'll see how it goes. So Dolly's finished milking. She's just finishing up her grain over here. But here's some other exciting news. Miss Mary had a little lamb. And this little lamb is so sweet. We've named her Janie. It was kind of a funny play. I asked for name ideas on our Facebook page, and somebody said Jane, and it was like, seriously? Her mama's name is Mary. And we thought it was funny. And so there you go, Mary and Jane. Aww, but we call her Janie. Let's see. She wants out. She has eaten. I've started giving her a little bit of grain. She gets a scoop of feed. It's mostly alfalfa and beet pulp. Hi, baby. Hi. She's very sweet. She's a very sweet girl. So Mary, all of the sheep here are Katahdin sheep. That is a hair sheep, and that they shed their wool, their fleece, which is not so much a fleece, it's a hair, and they shed that in the summer. She needs a little help. Some of this is shedded, it's just sticking to the top. She'll always have a little bit along the back there. This baby is playing with me, nibbling on my boots. Don't nibble on my legs. No, 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 no. So Janie is a keeper. We are going to keep her as a breeding ewe. And so we'll hopefully be able to breed her next year when she's a year old. She's a little sassy in the mornings. She's pretty cute. She's just being playful. That's a behavior that we don't necessarily want to encourage. No. She's pretty cute though. No. I don't know if she thinks I'm mama and she's butting me to nibble for milk. If that's how or if she's biting and headbutting to play. It looks like both different times. She's a sweetie, mostly. So I'm trying to get her in the shot, but she keeps going straight for my legs. So she will be a breeding ewe, just like her mama Mary, and to raise lambs for meat. We may let Mary breed one more time before we castrate these rams. I don't know. We may be searching for a new ram, and because we've got these 2 little ram lambs, and they will be ready for meat at the end of the year. They should be grown out, and so we haven't quite decided what we want to do. We'll have to create a separation before then if we do leave one intact, because this little one is going to get to the age where she can breed but shouldn't breed before then, and so we don't want that to happen. This happens in sheep and goats, and cows too, kind of frequently, where they come into where they start cycling in estrus heat cycles before you really should allow them to, before their reproductive tracts are fully grown. And so 2 things: it can stunt their growth, and secondly, they're likely to die giving birth. So if she had another baby around to play with, I'm sure she would, but she's stuck with my feet for now and my knees, I guess, which kind of tickles. But yeah, so this is our other exciting news. So looks like Dolly's ready to come out. Dolly did that already. Come on, Dolly. Uh-oh. All right. Come on, mister. Out you go. Out. Out. Go. There you go. Alright, it's always something like that. It can be a little chaotic when we're opening and closing gates. So here's my layer hens in the coop. On the other side of the coop are the other cows, and my meat chickens are being tractored, and I'll give you an update on them after I filter milk. Alright, so it is getting hot. Sun is coming up, it's getting bright. So those are my meat birds out there in the tractors. I didn't take you along with me because the cows are over here, and here's Hazel right here. She's waiting. They know that I'm bringing grain out to these meat birds, and they are looking to get in on that. So I do my best to hurry up, get in, and get out whenever the cows are over here. So they will move out of here today. I need to go get a roll of hay and put it on the opposite side of the property, and we'll let this field rest from the cows. So the update on the meat birds. We are raising, for the first time, gray broilers from Hoover's Hatchery. And I've been very, very pleased with them thus far. We hadn't processed any yet because it is our first time, and they hadn't grown out yet, but they act more like birds, like what you're used to seeing chickens, like your layer hens. Hi, Hazel baby. They act more like birds. They scratch, they free range much better. They don't go through nearly as much water as your Cornish cross birds do that are typically raised for meat. So we had a little bit of both. I had about 20 Cornish cross, and I had 60 in the field of the gray broilers. They kind of look like barred rocks, if you're familiar with those. And I came out about 2 weeks ago in the morning, and I had not locked them up. They were getting too big for the 2 tractors, so I let them out. I had been letting them out during the day, and they were getting up underneath this feed shed. The back side of it is not skirted like this front side. So they had been getting underneath that feed shed during the hottest part of the day, and I thought they were sleeping there at night, so I let them stay out. I didn't try to lock them back up, and I regret that decision. As it turns out, they were not sleeping there. We had a piece of equipment right here that they were sleeping underneath, and something came in, it's either dogs or coyotes. I'd hate to think it was a neighbor's dog. I don't know. I've never seen any kind of damage like this, but we lost 50 birds that night, or that early morning, sometime overnight, and it's a pretty devastating blow. So one of the two problems with that, besides just raising birds to sell, because that's what we're doing here at this farm, is selling meat. And I was going to sell butcher boxes that are a combination of pork, chicken, and beef. And so I just picked up my processed beef that was raised here, and I am getting ready to pick up pork from the butcher next week, and then I was going to have chickens ready in about 3 to 4 weeks. So I lost most of my birds for that. So I'm not sure how that's going to play. I'm probably just going to have to do beef and pork in those boxes, which, if that's what it is, that's what it is. It was an expensive lesson learned. I won't do it again. I am now going to use some of my farm money towards Premier One's poultry netting, and I'm excited to use that, the electric IntelliShock poultry net. And so there's that. And then the other thing is, we are hosting a chicken butcher workshop here on site in 2 weeks. So I was going to use the Cornish cross for that, and I was left with only 2 birds. So that's not really enough to use for a workshop. Do you see what's happening behind me? This is just cow hierarchy. It's like the pecking order in chickens. Same thing, same social behavior in cows. Dolly's usually pretty passive, but she's again picking on Rose, so I think Rose is maybe bottom of the totem pole. Anyways, so yeah, I had to go and purchase some grown out Cornish cross, and so I've got one tractor of Cornish cross, 1 tractor of the gray broilers, and we'll have enough to do that class at least. So again, lost more money doing that, but I'm really passionate about teaching people to grow food, and I would not be able to do that without those birds. So I'm excited that part at least worked out, and we'll be ordering more birds from the same hatchery to try again, but it won't be until after hurricane season. There's nothing worse than trying to move chickens during hurricane season. So that's that. yourself into trouble here. There we go. So there's the girls. They know how to get to over here. They're just being lazy. So they see me over here. They'll figure it out. Hey girl. Brahma girl. This girl is mean and ugly. We always take off our hay netting and strings so the cows don't eat them and get twisted guts. That's a horrible, horrible death. This bale has extra strings in it. Brahma mama is not going to be a mama. So this last week we finally got the chute moved over here with the tractor, made a nice little run, got her in the chute, squeezed her, was able to do a tail stick and blood work, and she's not pregnant. Thank the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus, because she has a butcher date for next week. So we weren't sure about her. We've only had her for about 5 months, and so we bought her for the purpose of taking to butcher, and she's turned out to be a pain in the butt. All right, apparently I'm gonna have to show these silly girls where to go. They know where to go, but they see the hay over here. There's 2 fences between them. They're about to lose their minds. I know they're hungry for it. Their rumens are empty. Come on, girls. Bow. All the way around, girls. Here comes Mary and Janie. Come on, girls. Hi. Hi. Hey, Joe. Hello. Okay, here they come. So the rest will follow. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the way. When they get excited, there's a chance to get run over. So I don't want to be in their pathway. They have a gate right here that they're gonna follow along the back part of the property, and I'm gonna go on the other side of it. Okay. Come on, girls. Sheep are following too. So Treasury came running. The other girls are pregnant. Well, Dolly is just newly pregnant, so she's not like having a hard time being a big round girl yet, but the other girls are, so they're not really into running, especially Hazel with that big old udder. She said no thanks. I'm coming, girl. Come on. So the next gate is back here. The lambs are going through there now. Come on, Treasury. They know where all the gates are. And they're being very vocal about it. Come on, girl. Rosie. Come on. Next gate. They got one more gate to get through over there on the other side of that tractor. They're probably going to make a stop here where the Brahma is because they know she has hay, and they're going to scream about it. All right, so they're making it. They're not sure where it is. So as soon as they catch sight of it, they'll start running for it. It's taking them a minute. It's over there. Go get your hay, girlfriends. Come on, Hazel. This is our bow. We met Dolly, Treasury. Big girl. She's gonna kill that persimmon tree. I think Belle may, I don't know, Belle's vision isn't very good across the field. Go get it, girlfriend. Hazel and Rose bringing up the rear. All right, let's see. I might have to walk them a little further. They still haven't seen the hay on the side of the fence. You see it, girlfriend? Come on. Come on. I know they want it. Come on, Hazel. Come on, Treasury. Come on. Come on, Belle. Bye-bye. There she is. Oh, there it is. Rosie! Rose may run. She's pretty fit, even though she's due soon. Her belly's nice and round, but she's a strong, stout little girl. She takes after her mama Belle. Belle's just a little older. She probably won't run. Oh, maybe. There she is. Well, she sees it at least. Okay, there you go. Good girl. She runs like she's not even pregnant. Happy cows. So they will probably stay there for the day. Hey y'all, I got busy today, so it's the end of the day, end of this vlog, and I just thought I'd share real quick. Look at all this food that we grew. We have squash and onions, rosemary squash and onions. I add a little rosemary to that, cooked in our butter. I have tomatoes that are stewing that I'm getting ready to can for an after dinner project. I have to say, this is the first time I have grown these, and I only grew them because a friend gave them to me, but they're yellow tomatoes. It's a Golden Jubilee, I think it's called, or maybe it's Yellow Jubilee. I can't remember. Golden Jubilee, I believe. I love the flavor of these tomatoes. They are great. And then I also have, oh, you can't see it. I forgot I covered it. I've got pork chops in there with some peach pepper jelly. Now the peaches we did not grow. The pork chops are the last of the pork chops that we have grown, and then we are getting into some pork that we sourced from another farm because we have not grown pork for the last year here since we moved. But I bought a case of peaches. It's one of the things I did in our off time since our last videos was I did a bunch of canning. I bought a bunch of cases of produce from the local-ish farmer's market, and peaches are one of the things that we're in. And so last week I canned up some peaches and I made some pepper jelly, some peach pepper jam with our peppers. So I used some of our jalapenos and our datil peppers. So those are really good. So I used some of that mixed with some melted butter, poured on top of those pork chops, and just covered it over, threw it in the oven, and yum. So I can't wait to try that. And I've got corn on the cob in there as well. We also did not grow that, so full disclaimer. Yeah, so a bunch of food we grew. I'll show you those pork chops when they come out. Looky. These look amazing. Can't wait to give that a try. So thanks for joining me today as we get back into the groove. I hope to get some more videos posted soon and some more updates coming at you. So thanks for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.